Inventory is at a historical low, so why are the people that are selling? Today on All Things Real Estate. Welcome back to the All Things Real Estate Show. I am one of your co-hosts. I am Aaron Zapata.
I am that other co-host. I am Todd the Anderson.
Todd the Anderson. Together, we are the Bald Brothers team at Impact Properties, and we want to welcome you back. We are now in what we call Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2 of our show, which means we have put out a lot of different episodes.
We are officially seasoned.
We are officially seasoned.
Yes.
And if you are looking for a loan and you need seasoned funds, that means 2 months in.
Very nice.
You know, so maybe we're the same way. All right. Well, hey, welcome back to the show. We want to say thank you for giving up of your time and your ears today. We know that a lot of things going on in today's world, and we are it's not lost on us that you spend time listening to us, and we hope that we bring you a good show today with some information that you'll find helpful. And to listen to all of our shows, we want to encourage you to head over to our website at www.baldbrothers.tv. Baldbrothers.tv.
It's a good thing you got that www in.
www.baldbrothers.tv.
You know how the cool people say it? They say dub. Baldbrothers.tv.
Is that what they say?
Dub, yeah.
I thought that was like a children's nursery rhyme. Rub-a-dub-dub. There's a right.
So, hey, if you want to find us, go to www.baldbrothers.tv.
Wow. Okay.
And you can call us.
That's right. But before you call us, we're going to sing it for you because shout out to Dexter. Dexter, when I was in a meeting with him in the last couple of weeks, he literally sang our song back to us. And if you've heard us on some of the other radio advertisements, you know that we do have a jingle.
Yep. And Dexter is a singer, so that means a lot.
He is a singer.
Yeah.
Front runner on the band. I mean, he's the lead singer. So we're going to sing it to you today.
All right.
For you today.
833-305-BALD. 833-305-BALD. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Hey, you started first.
I know. Normally you started.
I know, but that was great.
All right.
You know,
let's just jumped right in.
However we have to get it done.
Yep.
833-305-BALD. That's an 833 number, not 800 number, not 888 number. And it is an answering service, so don't be surprised if you're not talking to one of us when you make that phone call. It's manned 24 hours a day. And when you call 2 in the morning, doesn't matter. They're going to take your name. They're going to take your number. They're going to ask you a few questions. Give them the answers. We'll call you back.
Yep, we will call you back, and we look forward to talking to you as well. And speaking of talking to you, we're going to talk at you today, and we want to talk today about the reasons people are selling in today's market, because if you've paid attention to the real estate market, you would know that inventory is down. When we say inventory is down, we mean there just isn't a whole lot of properties to sell.
Right.
Not that many people are listing their homes. We've talked in previous episodes the reason why. We're not going to talk about the reasons why inventory is low. We're going to talk today about who is it that's actually selling their homes.
That's right, because there are certain situations where you are in an absolute must sell. And those are the reasons that we are really finding out. Those are the calls that we get today.
Yep.
And we do have a book that we are almost done with. We are waiting on our cover artwork, and that is going to be out anytime. And if you'd like to subscribe to our email list, you can head over to our website, and you can subscribe there. We'll send it to you. We'll send you the PDF copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to buy the copy, it's going to be on Amazon soon.
Yep.
It's going to be $19.99.
Yep.
It's a very valuable book. I mean, you can't even eat lunch for $20 these days.
That's right.
But you can buy a book to teach you how to sell as is to save thousands in fees.
Amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. What a good deal.
You know what?
So what are the reasons that people are selling?
Let's quit wasting time. Let's talk about the reasons people are selling homes today.
Wait a minute. You think I'm wasting time?
No, you're not wasting time. You're
Am I
not
wasting your time, Todd? Okay.
I just want to talk about why people are selling homes.
All
Come
right.
on. Okay, so we talked about, we came up with a list of D's. These all start with the letter D, and guess what? We counted them up, and there are seven D's. So these are the 70s.
That's right. We're talking about the 70s. Bring back the 70s, baby.
We are both products of the 70s.
We are.
And we're going to talk about the 7 Ds, the reasons why people are selling their homes.
And I know that as you're listening to this, you might be going through one of these things.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are. And some of the hardest thing to do is when you're going through these things is to reach out and ask for help. So we want to help. We want to be there for you when you're going through these things.
Yeah.
Let's just start with number one.
I'm glad you mentioned that because every one of these is a significant thing. We don't want to make light of any one of these. So number one is divorce.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that is a lot of the sales that are taking place today. And we did a recent episode where we talked about divorce being one of the reasons why people have to sell.
That's right. And so if you're going through a divorce or just somewhere in that world and it's not easy right now, don't wait till the end when it comes to divorce, because oftentimes your biggest asset becomes the biggest leverage that is used against you, and you will be tempted to use it as well. And so we do recommend that you, while you're still on speaking terms with your partner, that you give us a call so that we can help you through that process to get you the maximum value from that home. Take that equity, put it into your bank account, and then you guys can do what you need to do. It's unfortunate, but we know that it's necessary in some ways.
Yep.
So
not an easy scenario, but it is oftentimes selling the home is a necessary part of it.
And we've worked with lots of people that have done that.
Yep.
So number two
is death.
Now, if you're dead, you're probably not listening to this.
Yep. But it would be your survivors, and that would be, and by the way, this covers a number of ranges. Now, we've talked in previous episodes about the probate process. Preferably, you've prepared before that so that it doesn't have to go through probate, but it can be a process of probate. But then also, of course, if you've got everything aligned in your trust and you've got the beneficiaries, all of that lined out, that's part of this whole process as well.
Well, and not only that, Todd, in terms of the way property tax benefits have changed over the years, most recently with Prop 19, we now see that when people die, that they can't pass on those property tax savings to their kids and grandkids in the same way they used to.
Yep.
It's still possible, but it's hard. It's hard now. And before it was pretty much an easy way to do it. Now it's not. And so a lot of people need to sell shortly after there is a death in the family.
Yeah.
When that property tax is reassessed, it's going to be a big bill. And so if you were in the process of working through an estate, an inheritance or something like that, please give us a call. We want to make sure that you save as much money as possible on taxes. And that might be selling your property, getting a date of death certificate, all those other things that go along with it. We're very familiar.
And that process, when there is a death that results in the sale of real estate, can be a smooth process. It can also be a very tricky and difficult process. And oftentimes you have members of the family that don't all agree on how things are to be handled. And so we're here to help with that process, not the legal aspects of it. That's not our purview. But when it comes to actually handling the sale of the property, our job is to get the most possible for that transaction.
Absolutely. The third thing. Opposite of death is diapers. New birth.
And, I thought of something. So diapers, new birth. Now, my family, we went through this, of course. In our family, we had our first home. When we first bought our first home, the only reason we bought the home was because my wife was pregnant with our first daughter, and we realized maybe we should have a place to live.
We bought our first home at that time too.
And then daughter number 2 came along, and we were well managed. But then we bought our second house because for the third time, we had no more places to put these babies. And so we had to sell our home, and that's where the sale transaction goes. And we had to sell our home and buy something larger. So diapers is one thing, but I realized there's another part of that. There's diapers at the front end, but there's also later on in life diapers where perhaps you own the house and you no longer are able to stay. You go into an assisted care facility. So that is another part of this on the opposite end.
So diapers times 2 is technically
times 2.
8.
There we go. It's technically 8, but we wanted to keep it to 7. So
we did because technically that could be disability.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So if you're disabled or disability. The fourth thing, but before we get to the fourth thing, just a reminder, you're listening to the All Things Real Estate Show with the Bald Brothers team at Impact Properties. Head over to our website for all of the episodes and the blog and the videos that we put out. You can reach us there at www.baldbrothers.tv. So take a look at that or call us at 833-305-BALD. And also thank you to our sponsors, Beacon Escrow, as well as Crosswalk Mortgage. We could not do what we do without them, and they do an amazing job.
Yeah, we talked about seasoned funds at the beginning. I thought you were going to naturally go into Crosswalk Mortgage, but
I diverted.
Yeah, you diverted.
Yes.
Oh, that's a perfect lead into our number
right?
4.
Right.
Our number 4D is divestment.
Yes, number 4.
What does divestment means? Basically, you're getting rid of your assets, and in this case, people are getting rid of often they might be moving out of California, or they're just simply divesting of. Yeah,
we've got a lot of investors right now. Todd, you and I, you and I have seen this, and people are selling out of their multifamily. Like they want to get rid of their apartments because during COVID, California made it very difficult to collect rent. Was very landlord, mean and very nice to the tenant. And so a lot of our clients are like, I'm out. We have some clients that are selling multiple properties with us. And if that's you, you've got apartments and you're done with that headache and you want to move to a more landlord-friendly state with your money, give us a call.
So we have that. People who are divesting of their assets in California want to move out of state, but some people decide to stay in California, and they're just divesting because they no longer want to be a landlord.
That's right.
We've had one client who was divesting and sold their property. They actually rolled it over into a Delaware statutory trust. That's a whole different investment product, but it does not have them having to play the role of a landlord.
It does start with D, though.
It does start with, that's true.
Man, another D word.
Wow, we're coming up with all these Ds.
That's delightful. All right. So if you want to divest.
Super duper.
That's right. Wow. So if you want to divest of your properties, we're kind of just having fun today on this episode, as you can tell. We've had like 9 cups of coffee, and we want to make sure that you recognize we can help with all kinds of real estate. Single-family homes, multifamily, as well as commercial. I've been in the business over 20 years, done a lot of commercial, done a lot of multifamily. And so if you have investment properties and you want to liquidate those and then perhaps even do a seller carryback where you can still earn money without the headache of the management of the property, give us a call as well. We'd love to talk to you about that.
Yep, that's a great option. As long as you don't need the money right away, you can earn interest on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is the singing episode. I think the next one is we should sing this one. Da, 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 da. Diploma.
Da, da, da.
Diploma. Yeah. I'm going to have to cut you off now.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, congratulations. You might have graduated and you have now a degree hanging on your wall and you have a new job or perhaps you get an offer somewhere else and you've got to move away.
Yep.
We do have a lot of people that move when they get that diploma because they are it's time to move on. It's just time to move on.
Yep.
So if that's you, congratulations. You've worked hard for it. There are programs available for newly employed, recently graduated people. Yep. And so some loan programs out there that you can take advantage of.
And that's on the buying side, but on the selling side, the diploma oftentimes also leads to downsizing for homes because your kids are no longer there. They've graduated, they've moved on, and it's time to downsize. It's kind of, in a previous episode, I talked about ourselves, my family being empty nesters, and we're going to be looking in the not too distant future on downsizing. So that's as a result of the diploma.
Diploma. Your dependents have departed from your home so you can downsize.
Very good.
All the D's.
Yes.
Here we go. 70s, like 99 D's right now. So the next one, if you've got your diploma, you've moved on, but perhaps there's something going on in your life and you are unable to keep the home for whatever reason.
Yeah. And this one is not an easy one. This one is distress.
Distress.
And you've heard of distressed properties, distressed homes. Oftentimes it's people who are unable to make their mortgage payments, unable to pay the property taxes on it, even unable to maintain the home and upkeep, the repairs and those sorts of things. And that's where oftentimes you find people that need to sell their home as is. And by the way, the book that we have available, if you call 833-305-BALD, or better yet, go to baldbrothers.tv and fill out for the newsletter, we can give you some information on that. So, but distressed properties, just needing to sell as is, oftentimes those can be sold on the open market. Sometimes it's being sold directly to an investor off market. There's a lot of different ways to do that.
Well, and right now in today's rich environment, meaning that the home prices are higher than they've ever been historically.
Yeah.
So we thought it was going to crash. We thought interest rates are gone so high, prices have got to come down. The reality is they're not coming down. You just don't have enough properties to sell. And so there are homeowners, though, that are feeling the pinch.
Yeah.
Okay. They are not getting the extra hours that they used to get at the job.
Mm-hmm.
They perhaps are been laid off. Credit card debt is rising.
Oh, yeah.
In our country. I mean, it's astronomical compared to what it was before.
Mm-hmm.
Like trillions of dollars of credit cards have been issued, and they're like 3/4 maxed out on most of them.
Mm-hmm.
So people are really feeling the pinch. And eventually, if you own a home and you have credit card bills coming in and you have a car that's upside down because you bought it because you needed it, and as soon as you drove off the lot, it's worth $10,000 less than your loan,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got that, coming due, and maybe you have a health issue and you've got a medical bill and your student loans are no longer on deferment and now they're coming due. That's distress.
Yeah.
Okay. That is distress. And if you have $150,000 or you have $400,000 in equity in your home,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to let the bank take your house.
Yeah.
It is better to sell the home, put that $400,000 in the bank, and rent for a while until you get back on your feet.
And by the way, let's do a PSA on that. If you're in that position, do not let the bank take your home.
Do not let the bank
That's
take
the
your home.
worst possible outcome. It's much better to do what Aaron was just saying and sell that, and that will put you on level ground to where you can start to rebuild your life. And sometimes that's required. And I've shared in a previous episode, my family, we went through something not quite like that, but close and similar, where we had to basically get out from the investment of our primary home that we lived in. And that made all the difference in the world. It gave us a fighting chance to kind of get back on our feet.
And Todd, you went on to have a wonderful life.
Yeah.
Right? With your family.
Mm-hmm.
Because that
and hopefully my life will continue.
You're
like the memoirs of Todd Anderson. It's like my life is past.
No, Todd. You're in a dark place. Another deed. Stop that. No, but your daughters, grew up in a wonderful home.
Mm-hmm.
And went to great schools.
Yeah.
Right. And so you had to pivot at that moment for the financial benefit of your family, and you guys did great.
Yeah. And this is an important life lesson too, because oftentimes we think, oh, this is going to impact my kids. But you know what? When you grow up, you don't look back and say, oh, my life would have only been different if such and such was the financial situation.
Right.
That's not what people remember when they grow up, and that's certainly not what my kids will remember.
So you've got distress.
Distress,
and
yep.
You need to talk with somebody. Again, our cry to you, if you're listening to us, don't let days go by without taking action.
Mm-hmm.
It only gets worse.
Yeah.
Those problems, financial things, the IRS, whatever it is, they do not go away.
Yeah.
And here's a warning. It's got to do with throw a warning out here. Don't fall for any scams. If you get a call late at night from somebody who pretends to be your grandchild and they need money, it's probably not your grandchild. There are a lot of scams out there. Don't click on things on the internet that says you got a refund, because it's really easy if you're in a needy situation where you need some money.
Yeah, you become a target.
Where you're like, oh, they owe me a refund? I don't remember buying anything on that.
Yeah.
But if they owe me a refund, I need the money. And so you click on it, and next thing you know, they've drained your entire bank account.
Yeah.
And so don't fall for that. And always check with your family members if you are feeling like something might be fraudulent or scam. Check with your daughter, check with your son, check with your brothers and sisters, even your parents. Check with them just before you click on stuff.
That's right. That's right.
So distress.
And by the way, before we move on to the seventh and final one, if you
really,
are,
it's kind of 8 because we did.
We did
disability.
Okay. Now our numbers are kind of all over the place,
but man, we got to go back and re-record the intro. No, we're not going to do it. We love you guys too much to put you through that.
But listen, just if you are going back to this, if you are in that scenario, and sometimes Aaron said something. He said, "Don't just not take action," and that's very true. But sometimes you don't know what action to take. Sometimes it's just maybe making a phone call to find out some proper direction. So if you would like to know more, give us a call. You can call us at 833.
Let's sing it. 833-305-BALD. 833-305-BALD.
All right.
This is the singing
episode.
episode.
The singing episode. Yeah. All right.
We got to cheer people up because these are hard.
I don't know if we're cheering them up with our singing or not, but
I don't know.
But give us a call. Give us a call. Your scenario, and we can talk you through it. We can maybe look at the home and see what the property might be worth. In some cases, the best option is to sell. In other cases, it might not be.
That's right.
And you won't know until you talk to somebody. All
right. Here is the last one in our list today. It is departure. And really, we're talking about when you leave one area to another, mainly for a job relocation.
That's a primary one.
Yeah.
And there are companies that actually will help you with the job relocation, depending if you work for a company that typically larger corporations will have job relocation companies. But regardless, job relocation is a very real thing. And you know what? The job relocation doesn't depend on the current interest rates. If they're going to move you out of the state, if you got to move for the purpose of a job, you're going to have to move and sell your home.
That's right. And so you may be moving for that job, but you also may be moving closer to the grandkids, and you're going to leave the area because that little one is amazing, and you went and visited, and you're like, we have to be close to the kids. Not really the kids. You got to be close to the grandkids. We know how it works. We have worked in this business long enough to know that those grandkids are a magnet.
Yep.
And so you may be leaving soon if you have new young grandkids. I'm just saying. Just give us a call.
Yep.
Give us a call. So those are the 7 Ds. We have a little bonus to talk about because sometimes celebrities sell their properties. But before we talk about this one, just a reminder, you're listening to All Things Real Estate Show. We want you to head over to our website, subscribe so we can send you our book. And we want to make sure you are up to date and informed on the real estate market. We send out weekly emails to keep everybody up to date. And you can reach us at www.baldbrothers.tv and 833-305-BALD, 833-305-BALD. All right, that's great.
All right. And we need to be more you will go over to baldbrothers.tv and sign up for our mailing list. You will do it
now.
Do it now. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have a celebrity who just listed her Malibu home.
She did. She grew up in Ohio.
Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu.
I know Japanese. You're from Japan, but it's Ohio. Okay. I know you were raised in Japan. As a missionary kid. Okay. Yep. So she grew up in Ohio, and she always dreamed of living near the ocean. And in 2004, she bought this Malibu dream mansion. She paid $8.5 million for this home in 2004. That's nearly 20 years ago. And she has decided it is time to call it quits on this home, and I'm selling it. Who is that person?
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, that's right. Yep. So she is listing her property, and we got notification of this through the Wall Street Journal. They keep track of all of these real estate happenings. It's a pretty interesting thing. And, Todd, my screen just went to the scrolling screen of death. I can't read the article. What happened? It was just up.
Well, I'll tell you, the article was an incredible article.
It was amazing.
It was wonderful. So listed for $18 million. I don't know the exact amount, but it was somewhere between 18 and 19 million.
This is really hard when the technology literally freezes.
Okay, so listen, I want to know while you're trying to pull that up.
Yeah.
Of the 7 Ds, now it's like 8 or 9 Ds, which of these Ds would she fall into the category of why she's selling the home?
Well, I don't think she's in distress.
No, not.
Okay. But, it's up again. She says, I am looking to create a new magical space.
Okay.
So maybe she's
graduating.
Graduating.
There we go.
From the old to the new.
Diploma from the old to the new.
That's
right.
Or
just departure. That category works. It's kind of a coverall.
And if you've ever been to Malibu, it's a unique beach. If you've been to the Orange County beaches, Malibu is not the same.
Oh, it's very different.
Very different.
Got all those homes kind of perched over the water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The sand's different. Everything's different.
Yeah.
So this home, literally, you walk out onto the outdoor patio from the living room, and you got your glass, barrier there, and you look down, and it's water below you. I mean, it's right there. There's caissons that go right into the ocean floor. I mean, it's built right on the water.
Yeah.
Terrible in the event of a tsunami.
Yeah.
So if you want to live where she has owned for the last almost 20 years, give us a call.
All right. That's it. That's it for today.
Is that it?
You got to come back next week for more.
Come back next week for more. We thank you for being here. This is the All Things Real Estate Show. Head over to our website one last time, www.baldbrothers.tv. All right. God bless. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to the All Things Real Estate Show. The Bald Brothers team is a licensed DBA of Impact Properties, Inc., licensed by the California Department of Real Estate number 01922-671. Again, we do not give any real estate, legal, or financial advice, and we do encourage you to seek the advice of the proper professionals. If you'd like to reach us, you can call us at 833-305-BALD, or you can reach us online at baldbrothers.tv. Equal housing opportunity.